Well, hello everyone. This is Raquel, and it is May 11th or May 12th, depending upon where you are in the world. And it is Mother's Day, which is a beautiful, beautiful weekend for most of humanity as we celebrate the women in our lives, those that we call mother, or just those who impact us in beautiful and impactful or empowering ways. And so, a shout out to all the mothers, whether that's to children of your own, stepchildren, people that you have just nurtured and loved along the way, all the fur babies, all of it. So, happy Mother's Day. And I also want to touch about the solar flares that have been going on for the last several days, so much so that even the news is talking about them. So, as we move through this ascension process, the solar waves and geomagnetic storms, all of the ways in which the frequencies of the cosmos are impacting humanity, all life actually, it's not just humans, all life on the planet. And so these solar flares that, they come in different classifications and different ways to measure them are all just part of the natural process of the ascension. And the solar flares, of course, we keep talking about how we're moving into the solar astrology, we're moving into the diamond sun codes, we're moving into everything is about the sun, the solar, the shifting back because we have been very impacted by a lunar experience as the lunar was part of the deep dive into separation and the lunar um, magnetics, which are the binary, which have been very impactful in the way that we experience life, quite frankly. So, all of the lunar ways in which that magnetic has done everything from the waves and the patterns and the cycles of the way the world has functioned in the old paradigm. So we bring this to the forefront only to talk about how impactful these solar flares and geomagnetic storms are actually a positive thing, nothing to be afraid of at all. Um, we get the warnings about how it might impact the electronics. Well, yeah, it's working at electromagnetic levels. And so just be aware and be in a place of receiving, be in a place of centeredness within your own stargate, your high heart, and know that this is all in the highest to spark, I guess would be a really good way. Spark changes across the board, across the planet, actually across the solar system. And so it is our solar sun, right, that is sending off these flares, these blasts of frequencies and light. And it's all in divine order to reawaken our own divinity, our own knowing within. It is working across the board because those rays, those frequencies, those solar flares, the way that it all works, it actually moves through our body. It moves through because we are light in essence, and of course, all of our cells are mostly space. And so these frequencies actually move through us. And that's been true of the lunar, it's been true of the solar, it's been true of the inverted frequencies, and also the organic. So it is all part of the process of the cosmos supporting. And the whole reason that we are in this ascension cycle is because of our place within the cosmos. It is all part of the cycles, right? Cycles within cycles that we move through as part of the experience moving through the solar system, the galaxy, the universe, and the larger multiverse. And so I just invite you, when there's a lot of talk about the solar flares and warnings and things like that, to go beyond and really tap into your own inner truth, knowing that there is nothing to fear. Yes, it might mess with the electronics on the planet. And let's say hallelujah to that sometimes, because that is disrupting. It is literally sending pulses to disrupt the old paradigm. And it's exciting because it allows us to also disrupt the old programming within our own circuitry, within our own bodies. And so it's really something to be celebrated. It's something to be aware of and take a higher advantage of when we know these solar flares and geomagnetic storms are happening, because we hear it on the news and all of that. Really go within and know that it's a perfect opportunity if things get triggered in your emotional bodies. Know and pull out your tools and know how to really stand in your own, knowing, working through, actually blessing that things are getting triggered once again, because if they are able to be triggered, they are not cleared yet. And so, and believe me, I don't know any of us who haven't got triggers somewhere that are still showing up, because again, it's not only the individual journey, but it is the collective journey. And so we continue to be beautiful advocates for the collective as well, as we ourselves raise our frequencies and clear the triggers, the emotions, the deeply held belief systems. And again, these solar flares and the magnetic storms are doing a brilliant job to assist. And so just be aware of that moving forward, that take it in as a beautiful blessing, as an opportunity, as a way in which your awareness of what is going on can really utilize everything that is happening in the outer world to reflect back into the inner world. And so as we gather with family, again, usually Mother's Day can be a mixed bag for a lot of people. And so as you gather with friends, with family, with siblings, it's a glorious time for things to get triggered from our childhood, from our experiences with this soul family that we have chosen to incarnate with. And a lot of people say, well, no, I didn't choose my family, I only chose my friends. That's not really true. We chose our family for very specific reasons, and usually as a beautiful learning experience. So as we move into this calendar holiday that is made up, right? It's a commercial. It's definitely a commercial holiday. But to use that to our advantage as we walk into the situations of gathering with family and siblings that we are aware, that we are centered, that we are ready to transcend whatever shows up and be in a space of neutrality, or even beyond that, of unconditional love for whatever shows up. Whatever expires, whatever's getting triggered by everyone coming back together again, and then moving through your fields, which for the most part, I would probably guess is much more attuned to the organic than theirs is. So simply your presence there may trigger them in many ways. And so remember to bring out your tools and step into your mastery as you are beautifully also facilitating a lot of triggers in the gatherings. And with that, also remember that it is the mother. And that particular expression has a lot of different meanings and definitions. And so the man made mother consciousness, if you will, of those who birthed us and bless them. But take your awareness even further of the balancing of that mother frequency for all to come back into awareness, come back into compassion, and really hold that knowing deep within your soul for all to also have the experience of remembering. Hi, I'm Raquel, and I am an ascension guide, helping you to awaken and remember your quantum self. I provide a holistic, multifaceted, and comprehensive approach to your awakening and ascension, bringing you to the cutting edge of consciousness while expanding your ability to live multidimensionally. You are a divine, sovereign being of light, and it's time to remember. Explore my website, raquelspencer.com, to learn about becoming your quantum self.